What's up guys, I'm Newbie Dave and today we are getting some clerics for the gold farm. Let's get started. How's it going everybody? Hope you're having a great week. Before we get started, I have a few quick announcements. Yes, these are going to be promotionals, and so if you just want to skip ahead to the content, I'll put a time link in the description where you can just skip past all this. First of all, as I recently promised, I am going to be having a Black Friday sale on my Teespring store. If you want to do some early Christmas shopping or just get some goodies for yourself, you can use this promo code through the end of November to get 15% off any purchases from my Teespring store. There is a link in my About page. I'll put one in the description as well. You can get some t-shirts, some hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers. There's a lot of good stuff on there, so go check it out and save yourself 15%. The other big announcement is I'm going to be running a promotional on Patreon as well through the rest of the year. Right now I've got 4 different price tiers. They all have their own benefits, their own rewards, their own prices, and the diamond price tier, which is $10 a month, is where you get a verbal shout out once a month at the end of a video. Well, through the end of the year, that is up until December 31st, the year of our Lord 2021, all new patrons, regardless of what price tier you pledge at, will get a shout out at the end of a video. That's going to also include existing patrons. So all patrons, as long as you sign up before the end of the year, you will get at least one verbal shout out at the end of a video as a way of me saying thank you for your support. I'm a big fan of Patreon. I think it's a really good way to support content creators, and I really appreciate your support. And with all that out of the way, we can get on to today's episode. Oh, it's nighttime. Let's go sleep. And with all of that out of the way, we can get on to today's episode. So very quickly, progress update on the Ocean Monument Holy Slime Farm. Wow, look at this thing. I've seen an increasing number of slimes under here, but I have never seen this many. This is ridiculous. Yeah, this is definitely getting turned into a slime chunk at some point. I'm hoping that after the 1.18 update, when I reset all the other chunks and keep this world, that it doesn't change which chunks are slime chunks, because I would hate to lose this. Even though it's really annoying right now, I can set up some walls and temporary barriers to keep them isolated and not be so annoying. But I mean, you're not going to get a slime chunk that just falls in your lap like this every day. This is really, really good. But on to the more important progress update. I have finally finished draining the Ocean Monument. It looks so good. I am so relieved to finally be done with this massive project. This thing took so long. I am never doing this again, you guys. It was such a beast. I spent days, multiple hours a day, for days and weeks working on this thing, and it is finally done. And I'm really glad to have done it, but I'm never doing it again. And even though I do still have a lot more planned with this area, with this Ocean Monument, with the area around it, I am kind of tired of working in this area right now and want to get back to my other base. I've spent several months on my main base and it's really nice. I keep going back there to get supplies, and every time I do, I'm like, ah, I like this area. So I'm going to go back there and work in my main base again for a little while. Ah, here we are back home sweet home again. This area is beautiful. I really like how this is shaped up, and it feels really, really nice to be back. So let's head over here to my gold farm. And I have still been using this thing, even though I got all the gold blocks I needed for my beacon. I have still been coming over here and getting more gold, and I've got almost enough for another full stack of gold blocks. I've got a bunch of gold ingots over here, and gold is just, it's always going to be useful. It's really nice to use as a building material. You can incorporate gold blocks into builds, either as a floor or maybe the roof or something. And then also being able to get golden apples, which are a great source of food, or golden carrots, which is also a really good source of food. But as I run this thing, I have been getting tons and tons of rotten flesh. I have almost 3 full double chests of the stuff. And if I run it much longer, this is going to overflow and I won't be able to sort out the rotten flesh anymore. And so it is finally time to do something with this and get some clerics into our gold farm that we can trade the rotten flesh to. Now I've got a couple of options for this. Either I can borrow some of the villagers from my iron farm, not permanently, just use them to breed up some new villagers. Or I can go just leave my iron farm alone, not mess with my iron farm, go find a village, bring back some new villagers and start breeding them up. I think I'm actually going to tap into my iron farm for this because in building the iron farm, I scouted out pretty far in several directions, and all of the nearby villages that I could find, there was only one that had a couple of villagers in it, and I think it only had 3 villagers, and I brought 2 of them back. And so I don't even think there are any villagers nearby within easy reach that I could get to bring villagers back. I think I'd have to go do a lot of exploring, go out pretty far to find them. And I just don't really think that I want to do that when I've got 20 villagers right here next to my base. So I think I'm going to start with the villagers that are near my base in my iron farm. I just have to be careful that I don't lose them and that I don't break my iron farm in the process. So to start with, we're going to get a couple of beds, and I want 4 clerics in my gold farm. And so I need, let me see, I think I need 6 beds. I need 2 for the villagers that will be doing the breeding, plus 4 for them to actually breed and create new villagers. So let's see, I'm going to use some blue wool for this. So 12 blue wool should be enough for 4 beds. We'll go get some wood. And then we'll come over here to a crafting table and craft up our 6. You know what? Actually, I'm going to hold off on crafting the beds for now because beds don't stack and I don't want 6 beds taking up my inventory. I have a crafting table in my gold farm, so once we get over there with the villagers, I can make all the beds that I need. And oh look, it's raining in Minecraft. It was raining right before I started recording. I specifically waited for nightfall so I could sleep and clear up the weather. And then it starts raining again. Okay, so in our iron farm, we have 20 villagers over here. We just need 2 for breeding. And I don't want to do the breeding here at the iron farm. I've already got 20 beds above these guys. They're all linked to one of them. I don't want to introduce more beds over here and run the risk of like somebody breaking to or binding to one of the new beds and breaking the farm or something. I don't know. The mechanics of villager breeding and binding and how the iron farm works, it's all very, very finicky and I don't really want to mess with it. So what I'm going to do is instead get 2 of these villagers and move them out. What happened here? Some of my villagers are in the wrong place. How did that happen? Like, this is... my farmer should be here, and this guy should be here. There's some shenanigans going on. And somebody, I think, in Discord mentioned that some of my librarians are also in the wrong place. Like, yeah, there's Fortune, there's Silk Touch. He's in the right place, but he's selling Looting 3, but he's in the Fortune 3 spot. I don't know what happened over here. I don't know why all these guys got moved around. So it's a lot easier to move books than it is villagers, so I'm just going to swap the books on the librarians. But I do think I want to move these guys around, because I like having all my farmers... What is going on? What are you guys doing when I'm not looking? Alright, I got these 2 guys swapped again. I'll take care of these 2 guys later. I don't know what's going on with these villagers, but that's not what I want to spend today working on. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 2 guys here on the end, my, what are you, armors? Yeah, my armors. I'm going to move them out of the iron farm, get them far, far away from this place so that they unbind from the beds over here. And then I will move them over to the gold farm where I can start breeding them. And then once I get 2 or 3 villagers bred, then I'll move them back over here. So before I move them anywhere, I'm going to build a little rail system to get them over to the gold farm. So since I already have a little exit to the iron farm over here, Let me actually start by, blocking this so that no zombie villagers get in while I'm working on this, because I think that's what happened when all of my villagers originally turned into zombies. I didn't have anything blocking this little railway here, and I think some baby zombie villagers got in. So we're just going to build a little rail system. Every here and there we'll put down some powered rails to keep the thing going. And I'm going to basically build this all the way over to the gold farm. Now I brought me some sticks, and I've got ample supply of iron over here, so I can make as many rails as I need. I think I have enough powered rails to get me there. If not, I've got some redstone and plenty of gold. Is it gold to make the powered rails? I can never remember if the powered rails need... Yeah, gold and redstone. So I've got plenty of resources to build as many rails as I need to get over there. Now, because this rail system is intentionally temporary, I'm going to try to make it as little disruptive as possible, which means I don't want it to go over any of my path blocks that's going to turn them back into regular dirt. So instead, we'll kind of turn this thing and go this way. I mean, it's a very, very minor thing. I mean, who cares if 3 path blocks get turned into dirt and I can just turn them back in? But still, it's the principle of leaving everything else intact and not having to come back afterwards and repair a bunch of damage. And technically, once I get them out of the gold farm, I could actually put them in a boat and just drag them the rest of the way. But moving villagers by boat is much easier to do going downhill than uphill. And there's plenty of little hills here and there, but it's also a lot of rails. You know what? I think I'll do a hybrid approach. I think I'll get them as far out as I can with the rails that I have right now, and then I'll just use boats to get them the rest of the way. It's a balancing act between not having to spend more resources than you need to on something, while also being efficient about moving the villagers back and forth. You know what? I was most of the way here already. I just went ahead and built the extra rails to get them all the way here. It wasn't worth it to me to get them like halfway here with rails and then drag them the rest of the way by boat. So now we also need to get them down into the farm, and they're not going to go down this ladder. So I'm going to build a little stair system, a temporary stair system. We'll come back and replace all this after we're done to get the villagers down into the gold farm below. Here we go. Nice. We'll put a couple more blocks there. I think we might need to make this a little bit... No, it should be fine. They can... Yeah, that's enough room for them to get through on rails. Now I'm going to use this same rail system to get them back out when I'm done. So I think here and there, probably right here, I'm going to have to put some powered rails to give them that little oomph to get the rest of the way up. Going down is not going to be a problem, but going back up, I think they're going to need a little boost on this hill here. And I do need just a touch more powered rails, so let me get some of my gold over here. We'll get some more powered rails like that. Be careful that when you're making powered rails, you don't accidentally make activator rails. I have done that many, many times. They look very similar. The texture of the icons are very similar to me. And then this last little bit of the way, we'll just kind of snake down the staircase that's already here. I think actually I'm going to need to dig out a little bit more because you can't turn rails on a staircase. Yeah, that'll work. And frankly, this, yeah, I'll be nice. I'll take them all the way down. I was going to say we could just end the rails there. They'll go flying off and end up down here. And that way we don't have to get them back out. But I'll be nice and build a rail that goes all the way down. Especially since we are going to need this rail to get them back up when we are done. So there's our rail line put in. I will go ahead and make the beds now that we are where I'm going to use the beds. And I'll put the beds over here against this back wall. Just like that. That is perfect. And now we can go get our villagers. And rather than running back, we'll just use the rail system that we just built. If I can actually get it on there. There we go. Let's go. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a good thing that we tested this out first because it looks like there's not quite enough oomph to get up these stairs right here. So let me throw in another powered rail right there. That should hopefully be enough. Yeah, there we go. Get up. Oh, that's not going to be enough. Okay, we need a few more powered rails. This is good. This is good. We're testing things out. We're seeing what works and what doesn't. So since I've got way more powered rails than I need now, I'm just going to make a really long strip of powered rails right here. That should be enough oomph to get up to the next little powered section at the top. So let's try this out now, see if we have any more luck with it. And off we go. Come on, get on up there. There we go, nice. I enjoy minecart systems in this game. They do take a lot of resources to cover a large area, but in the end, it can be fun. It's not as efficient as using an elytra or a horse or a boat or something, but it's fun. Whee! And here we go, back to where we started. So let's put a rail there. And what we'll do is, let me get rid of this rail and I'll replace this one so I get the nice little turn there. Now we can move these two guys out onto the rail and get them going. So we'll do that one there. We'll do this one like that. And then I should be able to just push both of these guys out onto the rails and we'll meet them over at the gold farm. Before I go, I need to remember to replace this block here so that no baddies get in while we're gone. Okay, so fun story. I got to my gold farm and there was only one villager in a minecart there. And shortly thereafter, the second one showed up and bounced off of the villager that was there and came hurtling back towards the iron farm. So I ended up removing the very last rail so that when this guy finally gets back, he will fall off the rails and be stopped. I probably should have put a powered rail that was not powered at the very end of the rail system to act as a brake to stop both of these guys rather than just having it end like that. But it's all good, we didn't lose anybody. There we go, nice. Now I am going to go ahead and break these blocks right here. And we'll do a little ladder here. That way the villagers can't sneak off while we're breeding. So let me be very careful. I have bad luck with this sometimes of getting the villagers out of the carts or the boats without hitting them. Perfect. So now these guys should both be bound to the beds in here because they're way too far away from the iron farm or my base or the farm or any other beds that might be nearby. And look at that. I did not even realize. I didn't make that connection that I have two blast furnaces in here. That's actually really cool. I chose the right professions. Now, to get these guys breeding, we need some food. I'm going to go ahead and make up some bread because bread is cheap. It's just 3 wheat. And you only need 3 bread to breed villagers as opposed to like 12 carrots or potatoes or something. So let's toss these guys some bread. And hopefully we can get him off that hopper. Because I don't want to toss him bread and have it get sucked up into the hopper. And now we just have to wait for them to breed. Maybe they don't want me watching for this part. Oh, he decided that he would claim my bed. I didn't think about that. I mean, there's a bed right there. How could I have not seen it? But yeah, sometimes I'm a little oblivious to the things around me. Alright, so this shouldn't be necessary, but it will help, I think. I built a little temporary wall to keep them over on this area so that they wouldn't go over to the job sites and try to work. They wouldn't try to get behind there. Maybe I should go break the job sites? I don't think that matters. I mean, they have food, they've got beds, they should breed. Why aren't y'all breeding? There we go. One of them's interested. Let's see if the other one can get in the mood. There we go. All right. Yeah, we got babies. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to let them breed up all 4 times, get all 4 villagers in here before I move them back. Because until the baby villagers actually grow up into adults, I don't know what they're going to turn out as. And I don't want to end up getting like one regular villager and a nitwit, which I then can't breed with. So I'm just going to go ahead and let them breed 4 times. We'll fill up all these beds and then I can move them, the 2 armors. Yeah, that's what they are, armors. Yeah, I'll move them back to the iron farm. Those babies wandering off is kind of concerning. I'm pretty sure they can't get up and get out. Uh-oh, no. I said that and then I gave them a way out. What was I thinking? Sometimes the pathfinding in this game is really, really bad, and sometimes it is remarkably good. There we go. All right, so we've got our 4 babies. So let me actually break 2 of these beds now. Actually, no, I'm going to leave all the beds there because getting the 2 adults out is actually going to be a little bit tricky because in order to repair the minecart system to get them out of here, I'm going to have to build some more steps which will allow the babies to get out, and I don't want them to get out. So what I think I'm going to do is actually wait until nighttime, which is unfortunately quite a while. But yeah, I'll wait till nighttime, I'll wait till everyone's sleeping, and then I will build the rails, I'll build the stairs, I'll build the rails, I'll wake the grown-ups up, I'll break their beds so they can't go back to bed, and I'll sort of sneak them out in the middle of the night. Babies will wake up and they'll be like, oh, where'd mommy and daddy go? I don't know, y'all just came from the nether. It's a mystery. Alright, everyone is sleeping. I need to be a little quick about this because I don't want any bad mobs to spawn while I'm working on this. So step 1 is to rebuild this little rail system to get them out of here. And I'll show you very quickly up at the top. I actually broke the redstone torch right here, turning this into a break. I didn't, because it is nighttime, I didn't want to launch them up into the overworld up there where there could be zombies and stuff that would kill them. So for now, I'm just getting them out of this bottom part. They'll stop right here. Then I can sleep and it will be daytime again and we can get them the rest of the way out. So now let me break their beds of the grown-ups so that they wake up. Surprise! And what I will do now is we'll put down some mine carts right here. Uh-oh. Maybe we need to do this one at a time. So I'll put a minecart down right here. I'm going to try to just nudge him into the minecart. Yeah, that works. And then we'll push him up. We'll do the same thing with the other guy. What? Oh, that was close. Why did you come back instead of just breaking there? You should have gotten up to the very top here and then maybe there wasn't enough oomph to get all the way up. Maybe that was it. Maybe I needed another powered rail here that I broke. There we go, that's good. Okay, now we'll get the second guy into his minecart and get him out of here. Perfect. So then we'll break the, oh, come on, really? Okay, we'll come up here, we'll break this one. I think he was bouncing off the other one and came ricocheting back. Get up there. You stay. Okay, we're good. So let's break all this down. And now the babies down here should be safe. We'll go ahead and sleep. And now that it's daytime, the babies will stay down here and we can get the grown-ups up here the rest of the way back to the iron farm. Very quickly, I'm going to go up and make sure that there's no zombies or creepers or anything right up top here that might ruin our day. It looks like we're clear for quite a ways, and so if there are any zombies on the other side, they're probably going to be burning, and you know, these villagers are just going to zoom right past them. They'll be fine. Alright, so we'll put that torch back, we'll send you on your way, and then we will send you on your way. Oh no, oh, I gotta be quick because I forgot they're just going to get all the way to the end and bounce off and come back again. Maybe I can beat them there with my elytra. Heyo! Let's hear it for the elytra. Oh yeah. So there's armor number 1. And if we're quick about this, we can, whoops. Nope. Oh, almost. I broke the wrong rail. I was hoping we could get both of them back into their little cubby holes without having to like rearrange the rails here. But it's alright. It was alright. That's not a big deal. And there we go, got these guys back safe and sound. We'll put their job sites back and the iron farm should be repaired. It may take a day or two for them to like become part of this village again, but this thing should not be impacted. We should still be getting iron golems and all's good in the neighborhood. So now I am going to start undoing all of this mess that I had to build to get the villagers to the gold farm. And I guess it wouldn't be a bad idea to actually create maybe a dedicated villager breeder outside of the iron farm, so I don't have to do this again at some point. But since that's not what today's episode was about, and I don't want to do that right now, then that can just go onto the bucket list of things for future Newbie Dave to do. So now we've got some more waiting to do. We need to wait for all those baby villagers to grow up into adults. Hopefully none of them are nitwits, because if they are, then we're going to have to remove the nitwits from the farm in some way and breed up another villager and wait for him to grow into an adult. And so hopefully we get no nitwits. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for those babies to grow up, we can do a little bit of work to kind of make room for them. Because as you saw with the breeding process, if we just leave the villagers free to roam around down there, they're going to go all over the place. They're going to get behind the iron farm, not the iron farm, the gold farm, behind the auto sorting system. They're going to be a mess. And so I'm probably going to make little cubby holes for them, kind of like I have in the iron farm, where they'll just stay put in their place and not go wandering around. So let's plug up this little stairway that we built to get them in and out. We are done with that. There we go. Everything down here is repaired except for this one little block for some reason. Oh, that's where I had to put a redstone torch to activate those power grails. So let me go back to my base because I've got 2 minecarts. I need 2 more, and I need to get some brewing stands to turn them into clerics. I'm also going to have to break the blast furnaces that are already in there so that they don't bind to those and become armors like the ones that we just got rid of. I want them all 4 to be clerics, so we just need the brewing stands in there and no other job sites. Alright, so here we go. 4 brewing stands, 4 minecarts, got some rails to move them around. I think once we get them trapped, it won't really matter if they're each bound to a separate bed. I think you just need the one bed. I'm going to go ahead and yeah, I'm going to leave them each with their own bed. So what I will do is first of all break each of these down. And I'm going to do a bed there. I'll do a bed right there. I'm going to do a bed there, and then I'll do another one on this side. So let me expand this wall just a smidgen. And we'll do the 4th bed right there. And then I'm going to do rails in between, not rails, I'm going to do fences in between each of these. So what we'll do is we'll put fences here, we'll put fences there, we'll put fences there. And ultimately, each of the villagers, each of the clerics will be in a minecart right here in front of the beds. Again, the beds aren't really that necessary. I think they will probably just stay in their minecarts, and they should be able to work. Hey, look at that. They should be able to work and restock their supplies without having a separate bed for each one. But I think it's going to look a lot better for each of them to have their own bed. So this was actually really good timing. They just went to sleep as I was working on this, so I can put minecarts in front of their beds, and now when they wake up and get up, they will get trapped in their minecarts. Oh, look at that. We've already got one, and he has bound to the blast furnaces, of course. So let's break these, and we need to put down the brewing stand so that he has something else to bind to. So there you go. You, sir, are a cleric, and you are going to be a cleric, right? Right? What weapon smith? Oh, grindstone. Come on, guys. There we go. Okay, how about you bind to the brewing stand that's right in front of you? Isn't that so much better? Excellent. Now I just need these other 2 to grow up and not be nitwits, and we'll be good to go. While we're waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and lock these 2 into their professions. So we'll sell some rotten flesh to you, we'll sell some rotten flesh to you, and you are both locked in, and of course we got a nitwit. You garbage. Oh, I'm so frustrated by that. Now we've got to breed these guys again and get, I think I put all my wheat away. No, I still got some. So we've got to breed them again, wait for that one to grow up and hopefully not be another nitwit. Hopefully this guy will grow up like really soon, and then I can just sort of push these 2 together, and I think that will cause them to breed. Oh, good. Good. You are not a nitwit. Thank you for not being a nitwit. So we'll lock you in first, like that. Perfect. Cleric number 3. Now let's put down a rail right here and see if we can get you two to go ahead and breed without... Maybe... We'll see if we can get y'all to breed without having to take you out of your minecarts. Beautiful. Thank you so much for not making that more difficult than it needed to be. Alright, so let me put this rail back. We'll put the fences back right there. The fences aren't too necessary. I could just break the rails so that they can't move around in their minecarts. But I think this just helps to better define each of their own little... What? Why are y'all trying to breed? And I realize that there's an extra bed, but I don't think y'all have enough food to breed. I don't know where you got food from. I didn't give you any bread. Alright, so we'll wait another 10 or 15 minutes or however long it is for that other baby to grow. Once it is nighttime, hopefully he takes this bed and not one of the other ones. But with villagers, you never know. Like this guy may have tried to bind to that bed for some reason. And then we'll put down the minecart, we'll trap him, we'll bind him to a brewing stand, and we will have our 4 clerics. There we go. Baby number 4 finally grew up. Fortunately, he was a regular villager, not a nitwit, and bound to his brewing stand. So let's lock him in real fast. And there we go, 4 clerics to sell all of our rotten flesh to. Now I am intentionally not going to lower their prices. The whole reason I moved 4 of them in here was to get rid of 3 double chests worth of rotten flesh. I want to get rid of this as fast as possible. I'm not trying to make tons and tons of emeralds out of this deal. But if I was, they also buy gold ingots, which is really good when they are positioned in a gold farm. But you know, I'm going to get all my emeralds from the iron farm. I've got much better deals over there. These guys are just to get rid of all the rotten flesh. I did end up getting rid of their beds so I can move them back. They're all just kind of sticking out and I didn't really like that. I like having the fences in between, not so much to keep them in their lanes. They're not going to go anywhere, but I think it just looks a lot better. It looks more like a trading hall or a bazaar or something this way, I think. And now we can finally put our blast furnaces back. One of them, where's the other one? I am missing a blast furnace. Oh no. I'm wondering if it somehow didn't get... If I didn't pick it up and it didn't end up in the hopper and just like despawn. I don't know. Why? It's a mystery, you guys. It's alright, I can make another blast furnace. That's not the end of the world. But it is very, very confusing why I don't have it. And then yeah, I did remember finally that you don't need to have a separate bed for each villager. Just having one bed for them to bind to is good enough. And so they will, you can already see, they've restocked on rotten flesh. I can sell to them again. It's not a big deal. So this is going to be good. I'm looking forward to being able to sell all my rotten flesh and being able to max these guys out. Once we get them up to max level, they'll sell bottles of enchanting, which you only get like 10 XP from it, but it's a nice sort of portable way to heal up items that have mending on them. So you can get a bunch of bottles of enchanting to take you with you and be like, oh no, I don't want to lose my pickaxe. And so you just throw these things and get a bunch of XP. Well, maybe it's not worth it, but it's still exciting. And that is going to wrap it up for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I have been wanting to do this for so long, pretty much since I built this gold farm. And I've just never had the need, never got around to it. But after I finally filled up all my chests with rotten flesh, I was like, okay, I can't put this off any longer. So I'm glad to get these cleric villagers in here. I am glad to be able to sell all this rotten flesh. And I'm liking how this area is shaping up. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button, and while you're down there, feel free to subscribe so you'll get notified of future episodes as they come out. Thanks y'all, and have a great day.